This is an idea that I had a while ago. Took it to the studio, and thankfully they loved it and championed it. David Goyer, the producer, shepherded it all the way through, and Keith, Tim, and Arkasha brought it home in the most brilliant way. I was just absolutely blown away by how they finished it, and I think it's a movie that we're all incredibly proud of.
A lot about this movie is about repressed intuition and trauma, and how that resurfaces. I think that it's a lot of this is kind of similar to Repulsion in the sense that it's a woman coming undone and trying to differentiate between what's real and what's not real, what's trauma and what's not.
It's a film that centers on birth, so it really is all entirely kind of centered on the female body and our main character Margaret's experience going through this journey. So
it's just wonderful having females at the epicenter of these fantastic horror films. I mean, and there's been so often that women were used as bait in these horror movies, or used as some sort of gratuitous relief for the male audience, and now they're here and they're taking control and they're at the epicenter of all of it, and it's just a wonderful thing to see.
Someone who saw it in London said, quote, "I was traumatized." Well, that's pretty much what we're shooting for. So if you want to get traumatized, it's not so much about the themes, it's more about the trauma, being stunned by horror.
We definitely talk a lot about women, body autonomy, conspiracy. There's a lot interwoven in. It's more than just your kind of jump scary horror film.
I worked with amazing people, creative people that have done an amazing job. I think it's art, and art speaks for itself.
I don't think we would have the movie we have without Arkasha directing it. She just has this special vision, special sensibility that adds everything to the story.
Patrick Troughton, such an iconic performance, and the part was also played by Pete Postlethwaite in the remake in 2006. He's a big acting hero of mine, so yeah, it was a double whammy really of intimidating actors to take their role.
We have Father Brennan, played by Ralph Ineson in our film, and Patrick Troughton in the original. We have a character, Father Spoleto, who goes on to be in the original film. We have a couple, fun callbacks to some of the carnage and mayhem that happens in the original film. So I think for fans of the original, they're going to get a ton. And I think also for people who haven't seen it, I think when they make their way to the original, they're going to realize some of the stuff that, that we've homaged to, and but also put our own spin on it.
One more time. Right here. All eyes right here. Just for one.